spill. Y'all know what we do over here. We just keep it real. We straightforward, upfront, to the point. We just keep it real. That's all we do over here. Okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Make sure it says all. So when I go live, you'll get notified. With that being said, we can ready to get into some things. I'm not going to keep y'all on here long. I know I haven't been on here. Let me fix my thing. I know I haven't been on here in a while. I do know that I am getting ready to launch something. Okay, I'm getting ready to launch something, and it's going to be powerful. It's going to be very powerful. But that's a whole nother story. Excuse me. I want to talk about. I titled this "Quiet Comeback." Right? Let me take me a sip. My throat a little dry. Quiet comeback. Think about that. My throat was dry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Quiet comeback. Let me tell you something. Quiet comeback. Let's talk about that for a quick. Let's get into that. Quiet comeback. When you go through something in your life, right, that's heavy. Like for me, addiction. I went through addiction, okay? That was heavy for me. I was homeless at one time. That was heavy for me. But when you go through heavy issues in your life, they don't always have to be loud. And what I mean by that is that you can heal within yourself. The world doesn't have to know. You understand? You can heal quietly. You don't have to be on the front line telling all your business, right? So everybody will know what's going on with you. Some people, I think, be feeling some type of way because they want to heal, but hello everybody, hello. They want to heal, but they don't. Some people feel like they gotta tell it. They gotta tell people, about their healing process and stuff, and you don't. You really don't. It can be done quietly. Okay, it can be done quietly. I remember when I was going through my addiction, and when I finally got clean, right, it was a while before I told people about my addiction, what I had been through and things, right? But on the back end, I was healing. You understand what I'm saying? It took me to heal in quiet before I decided to come out and share with the world. Okay? And it's okay. You can heal quietly. You don't have to let everybody know what you're going through and what's happening with you. And sometimes you need that moment of privacy. You need that moment of peace while you going through the process of your healing. You know what I mean? If this not for you, you can remove yourself. Okay? If you listen, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But if it's not for you, sweetheart, leave the room. Okay? Let's not come over here being disrespectful and being messy. Okay? So, you really don't. You don't have to, like, when you're going through something heavy in your life, don't ever feel like you have to, you have to tell everybody and you have to be loud and on the front line in order for you to heal. You can heal quietly. You can heal within yourself. Okay? And I'm talking about that because some people do feel like if they can't talk about their story or tell people, come out about their story and tell people about, you know, what's going on with them, they feel like they not healing. That's false. You can heal within yourself. And a lot of times when you first, like, say, if, like, for me was my addiction, I needed that personal time to myself. I wasn't ready to talk to everybody and tell them what was going on with me. You understand? I needed that private time, those personal moments, so that I could uh oh, well, you should call 911. And so, you know, when I went through that moment, I I didn't you know, I wasn't ready to talk to everybody. I wasn't ready to talk to the world. I needed that me time, right, to myself, because I had to start that process of healing. You know, when you first start healing, I don't care what it's from, divorce or trauma, whatever it's from. A lot of times um we need that private moment, that me time, so that we can allow the process to happen. We can allow the process to take off. Okay? And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay that you don't want to tell everybody what's going on with you. That's You do that on your time. You do that when you're ready. You understand? When you're ready, then you do that. That's the only time you do it, is when you feel healthy enough to do that. You don't have to push yourself out in front of the world to share, to your share something vulnerable like that if you're not ready. Because sometimes when you push yourself out there, you can also cause yourself to have a setback from trying to move so fast and trying to do something because you're trying to prove something to somebody else. You don't have to prove anything to anybody else. Your healing is your healing, and you can do that within yourself. The world does not have to know until you are ready to talk about it. Once you are ready to talk about it, hello, Nathan. Once you're ready to talk about it, then you can talk about it, you know? So, wait a minute, y'all. So, so, wait a minute, I was doing something. So we have to recognize that a lot of us go through stuff and we want to hide it. We don't want to say nothing, and that's okay. But don't think that you can't heal within, because you can. Don't think you can't heal when it's quiet, when it's just you, because you can. You just have to do the necessary things that it takes for you to heal. Some people get very, I don't know, they be feeling some kind of way because they feel like it's a must that they got to tell people you know, what they going through or something like that. You don't. You don't. You know. You, when you're ready to break your silence, you break your silence. Right? Don't force yourself and don't push yourself to break your silence. But work on yourself during those quiet moments that you have to yourself. Work on you healing, right? Don't matter what you went through, whether it's divorce, addiction, you know, trauma. It doesn't matter what it is. But a lot of us need to heal. And I just want you to know that you can heal and the world doesn't have to know that you're healing. You can have that quiet time to yourself, you know, and heal. Then when you are ready to share, you know, then that's a choice and a decision you make when you're ready. But never feel like that you gotta put everything out there, you know, in order to feel like you're healing or in order to trying to let people know that you're trying to heal, you know. It doesn't have to be like that. Because I did a lot of my healing during my quiet moments. A lot of my healing I did quietly. I didn't, you know, I didn't bust out and tell everybody what was going on with me and this and that. No. A lot of my time that I was healing, I did it quietly. And believe it or not, it it helped me a lot while I was doing it quietly. And then when I got comfortable with myself and I had healed a lot, then I came out and I talked about it. You know? But I didn't just bust out and start, you know, telling what was going on with me and stuff. I had to get to that point where I could speak up and speak out about what was going on with me. And it's okay. It's okay. When I decided to speak out about the things that I had been through and, you know, talked about my healing and stuff, I had I had been in therapy and everything. It was a while before I decided to speak up and speak out about what I had been through. You know, I kind of stayed quiet and I healed within myself. I healed during the quiet time. I healed during the quiet time because I needed that. And so it's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's nothing wrong with a quiet comeback. It's nothing wrong with healing first and then deciding that you want to come out and talk about it. You know, you have to be ready for that. You really do. You have to be ready for that. If you feel like you're not ready, then don't do it. You move at your own pace when it comes to healing. You move at your own pace. Don't let nobody force you to move fast or to do things that you're not ready for. When it comes to healing, healing is something that you take your time with. You don't have to move fast or any of that. That's your personal time that you take to heal within. It's not a race or none of that. You just take your time and you heal within. And you heal quietly. Then when you get to that point and you feel like you're ready to talk about it, then you come out and talk about it. You know? So I'm getting ready to come out with something. It's really going to be a powerful thing. I'm putting it all together because I want people to be able to have somewhere where they can actually heal and listen. Just listen and take in information that can help you through your process. You know, not you don't have to talk if you choose not to, but I want to be able to give people information and stuff that can help you heal. You know, when you're alone, when you're by yourself and you're going through something. I'm setting up something where I can actually give people things that'll help you through that process. You know, because it is. It's you'd be surprised at how many people that's quiet but going through some shit, some heavy shit. But they don't know what to do and where to start, you know? And they're not ready to come out and open up about their situation or whatever they going through. They not ready. And that's understandable. That's understandable. You know? So I'm definitely creating something where as though I can give people information and stuff that can help you through your process. Because some people are quiet, but they suffering in silence because they're not ready to open up. Okay? But the information that you will be getting will help you through the process of while you are quiet and you're not ready to open up. The information will definitely help you through your process. Because you'd be surprised at how many people who suffer in silence. They've been through some stuff and they don't really want to open up about it. They're not ready for that. They're not ready to open up about it and tell people what they've been through. And they just suffering in silence. They not saying nothing, but they don't have the information that they could use to help them start the process of healing. And that's what I'm putting together. I'm going to give out information to help people who are basically suffering in silence. And the information that I give out will definitely help you start the process, start your healing process. And that's why I titled this A Quiet Comeback, right? Because you don't have to be loud and you don't have to tell everybody what's going on with you when you're not ready. When you are stuck in something, it's very hard for you to open up and tell anybody when you're going through something, whether it's a divorce or, like I said, me with my addiction or trauma, something, trauma or, you know, anything. Burnout, burnout, because life can burn you out, and a lot of times we don't be ready to talk. We don't be ready to open up and discuss it when it first happened. Some of us want to, you know, we be trying to process that shit for real. We really do. We be trying to process it. That's why we quiet and we don't say nothing. Because we be trying to figure out what you do. What should I do, you know, with this? You know, how can I fix this? A lot of people be going through that, but they don't want to say nothing. And so I was thinking about that. I was talking to some people and I was thinking about that. And I was like, wow, if I could give people something to help them at least start the process of healing, you know? The thing that we have to learn to do is accept those things, tap into them, and trust the process, right? Because some of us allow whatever is going on with us, we allow it to take us under. You know what I mean? And you can't do that. You gotta figure out a way to pull yourself up out of that and start to work on yourself so you can come up out of it. I remember when I was going through my addiction, it used to feel like I was always drowning. You know, like something was always trying to pull me under. It wasn't easy. But I started to trust the process and I started to tell myself, I'm going to make it through this. That's something else that we have to learn how to do when we're going through the process of healing. We have to learn how to pump ourselves with positive things. We have to learn how to pump ourselves with positive affirmations and stuff. Because those things they do work. They lift your spirit up. You have to start tapping into things that's gonna lift your spirit. And you gotta stop allowing things to keep you stuck down in your healing and what you're going through. Because a lot of us do it. I did it. I did it at first. That's why I kept relapsing. Because I didn't want to trust the process. So that's why I kept relapsing. The moment I started to trust the process, I began to heal. I began to heal. It was a beautiful thing, I'm telling you. Mm-mm-mm. It was definitely a beautiful thing. And now I've been clean over 20 years. God is amazing. But I can't wait to get this started because it's going to be so powerful. And it's going to help so many people. Yeah, we got to stop being uh so scared to trust the process. You can heal within yourself. You can heal quietly. Everybody don't have to know what's going on with you in order for you to heal. Because I get it. I get it. When you're going through something, you don't want the world to know what you're going through at that moment. You're not ready to speak up and talk about it. You're not ready for that. You know, you're trying to get yourself together within. You're trying to get yourself together within. You're not ready to like put everything out on the front line and talk about it. Just be open and honest about it. You don't be ready for that when you first start, healing from something. You have to do some inner work first. So you can get to that point of opening up and talking to people about it. But when you first start healing from anything, you're not ready for that. You're not ready. So you have to start healing within first. You know, it starts out very quiet because you are healing within. You're dealing with inner work with yourself. So it starts out quiet. And then as you trust the process, you start to be able to open up about what you've been through. You know, you really do. You don't have to be so in a hurry to be able to tell people what happened with you if you're not ready. Take your time. Take your time and don't move so fast. I remember one time, this girl had told somebody she was going through something and she shared it with somebody. And she shared it with them because she didn't really know what to do. Right? And she was she was very depressed and stuff. And that person took it and told other people. And and it really messed her up. It crushed her. It really did. And she had did some work, but she wasn't ready for other people to know what she had been through. And so it was a major setback for her. But she did get through it. She was able to get through it. That's what I say. Don't rush. Don't rush yourself. And don't be feeling like, you gotta be open and tell everybody. No. What you do is you heal. You start your healing process within. And then as time go on, you will find out that you are healing. As your process go on, you will see that you're healing. And that time will come when you want to share your story and you want to tell people about your story. It will come. It will come. Don't rush it. It'll happen. Because some people step out there too soon. They be thinking they ready and they step out there too soon and then you find out you're not really ready for that. Because the world is cruel. The world is a cruel world. And people will chew you up and spit your ass out. Okay? So that's why you have to be careful with sharing your shit. You got to make sure that when you put your story out there, that you can handle it. Because the world is so wicked. The world is wicked. And that's just the truth. So you got to make sure when you ready to tell your story that you don't care about what somebody got to say about it. You trust in the process and you going through your process of your healing. So when you get to that point of wanting to say something, wanting to talk about it, then you talk about it when you know you're ready. When I talked about my story for the first time, right? I had people who was very supportive, but I also had people who came back and said little nasty things up under my video. Okay? But it didn't affect me because I was ready. I was ready to share my story. So the stuff that they were saying, it didn't affect me at all because I was ready. Yeah. So that's what I mean when I say a quiet comeback. Meaning you can heal quietly within yourself. And then when you're ready, you can come out and share your story. Because when you come out to share your story, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a testimony. Not so much as your story, but it's also going to be a testimony, you know? Because you're going to be got through it. You're going to be done trust the process, and you're going to be done, went through it. So when you do step out and decide that you want to tell your story, you'll be ready for that. Now you got some people that's different. You got some people that'll tell their story, that'll start out telling their story and don't give a damn who like it or not. You know what I mean? Like don't worry about what somebody gonna say. Like that's how I was. I really didn't give a damn about what people thought. My thing was I wanted to heal. I wanted to heal. That's what was important for me. I was tired. And I was ready. I was just ready. But I still had that quiet time for myself because I needed that. I needed those moments. Excuse me. Yep. I needed those moments. Having that quiet moment to yourself, it gives you a chance to do some reflecting on what you've been through, where you've been at. It really do. So you definitely need those moments. You need that quiet time. You really do. Because those moments really help you out. That's your reflecting time. That's your time to do some reflecting. Those are the moments that I would strip myself down, right? I would strip myself down naked. And I'm not talking about literally. I'm talking about where I would just put it all out there during my quiet moments. Those were the times that I really, really, really got, you know, gut level honest, right? I used to stand in the mirror and talk about the stuff that I had been through. Look directly in the mirror and talk to myself about where I had been and what I had been through. Excuse me. Yeah. And those moments really helped me through my process, right? Because I was able to be open and honest with myself. And that's a very important part when you're going through those quiet times, right? You really need to be able to be honest and open with yourself. Not so much as with other people, but you gotta be open and honest with yourself because you want to be able to accept the shit that you've been through. You want to be able to accept it and digest it and be able to handle it. You know? And the only way that you can do that is you gotta put it in your face and be open and honest about it. The man in the mirror. That helped me out so much to look in that mirror and to talk about me and what I've been through. Some days I cried. Okay? Oh yeah, some days I cried hard. Especially in the beginning. I would cry very hard. In the beginning, I cried damn near every day. Damn near every day. When I had that quiet time, those quiet moments where I stood in the mirror and talked to myself about where I had been, what I had been through, what I was dealing with. You know, that was my moments of reflecting on myself. And so, yeah, I did a lot of crying. But through those times that I cried, it was healing. It was healing happening. That's what people don't get. It was healing taking place. I wasn't just crying, you know, but it was healing taking place through those tears. And through the fact of me just being open and honest about my shit. It was healing taking place. See what I'm saying? And that's what some people don't get it. It's deep, y'all, when you're going through some shit, especially when you're trying to heal from some things. It's deep. It's heavy. It really is. Especially when you're just starting out and you're just starting to, you've already acknowledged that there's something going on with you. Okay? You've already acknowledged the problem, but now it's, trying to heal from it. It's not an easy thing. But I'm telling you, excuse me, my best moments was when I was quiet by myself and I just let it all just come out. Just let it all come out. And let me tell you something. The more you do that, the more you heal. The more you face what happened to you, what went on with you, right? Those are moments of reflecting. And you need that when you're healing. You need to be reflecting when you're healing. That allows you to be able to accept what happened with you. And as you keep talking with yourself, right, and being open and honest with yourself, you know what happens? You're healing. You're going. You're healing. And so what happens is you'll look up one day and you will be able to stand straight up and tell the world your story and don't give a damn how somebody think about it or how somebody else feel about it. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to trust the process. You have to do the necessary things that you need to do so that you can heal. So you can let go of all that baggage that you've been holding on to. Some of us been holding on to stuff for so long. Oh my goodness. And it's time to let it go. It's time for you to heal from it and let it go. Let me tell you something. Some people are holding on to stuff and it's not even their fault. What happened is not even their fault, but they still holding on to it. Because let me tell you something. A lot of times when your mother or your father or your child do something to you, that type of stuff really stick and stay, right? Anybody that's been through something with their parents or with their children, that really stick and stay. It's a hard pill to swallow and it's hard to shake it. It is. It's hard to shake it because these are people that you love, right? That you really, really love. And so when they do stuff to you, it's just hard to shake it off. It really is. But you have to, sometimes you have to. I just went through something like that where I had to cut off one of my children. I had to cut them off because all they wanted to do was use me. Yeah, use me. When they didn't need me, you know, I was nothing. Always trying to disrespect me and then want to come and try to abuse me. And at first, I would do it because I had grandchildren. I have grandchildren. And I love my grandkids, okay? But at some point, I knew I had to come up out of that because I knew that my grandchildren were being used as pawns, okay? Because they knew how I felt about my grandkids. So my grandkids was being used as pawns. And I had to put my foot down. I had to set some boundaries and I had to stand on them. And it's hard. It's hard because I love my grandkids. And I love my child too. Don't get it twisted. I love my child too. But listen, sometimes at some point, you gotta let it go. You got to let it go. You can't keep letting people come into your house, come into your space and use you and abuse you whenever they get ready and shit on you whenever they get ready. You can't keep doing that. You can't keep letting people do that to you. At some point, you got to put your foot down and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got to put your foot down. It was hard at first. But the more I look at it, the better I feel. And let me tell you something. When you know you haven't done anything wrong and you have always been trying to help a person and they taking your help and then trying to shit on you afterwards, as long as I know I have done my part and I haven't done anything wrong, I don't have to accept abuse. I don't have to accept being disrespected. I don't have to allow people to shit on me when they get ready. I don't have to allow that. I don't have to be nasty to them, but I can set boundaries and stand on them. And when you heal, this is what I'm talking about. When you heal from trauma and whatever you've been through in your life, you get to a place where as though you stop letting people come in your space and do things to you, okay? That's not right. I'm the black sheep of my family, and I'm okay with it. Because at first I couldn't understand it, but as I got older, and before my mom died, we had some deep conversations. Man, my mom used to talk all the time. All the time. And, I found out that I'm a chosen one. You notice when you're chosen, it seems like everybody tries to treat you bad when you're a chosen one. Everybody want to treat you bad. And then they want to turn around and try to make it seem like you're the problem. That's how it be. I'm telling you. But when I started to understand what was going on, I was able to accept things better. When I figured out what was going on, when I found out I was a chosen one, I started to figure out what was really going on. Now, I'm not perfect. I have my moments, but a power greater than myself deals with me on that. Okay? And sometimes I have to go back and apologize for something I said or something like that, even though it was the truth. Even though what I said may have been the truth, but the way I said it. Okay? So sometimes I have to go back and apologize a little bit. You know? But other than that, yeah. I set boundaries and I stand on them. Even with my children. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If they stop speaking to me, they don't want to speak to me no more, I'm okay with that too. I done came to grips with all that already. I really have. Because what we not going to do is, I'm not going to allow people to be disrespectful to me. And I haven't been disrespectful to you. All I've ever did was try to help you. Whenever you needed me, I tried to help. So, at some point, you have to draw the line with people and let them know that they're not going to walk over you. They're not going to treat you like shit. Oh, yeah. You got to let them know. You got to let them know. I'm going to call, borrow money from me, and then want to try to be disrespectful. We're not doing that. I don't have to accept that. I don't have to accept that. And you know you can love people from a distance. It doesn't mean I don't love my child. All it means is that I'm not going to accept the bullshit. That's all that means. But I still love my children. Okay? I still love my child. And my grandchildren. Yes, of course. But you don't have to accept the bullshit from them. That part. What I've learned is that some of these kids today, they want to use you for what they want to use you for. And then when they ain't doing right and you say something, they want to get an attitude. You know, they want to get an attitude with you. Because they want to do what they want to do. And they want to use you. But they don't want you to say nothing about nothing that they doing. Even if it's wrong. Like I told them, that's not going to happen. Because anything that endangers my grandchildren, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to speak up. I don't know about nobody else, but when it comes to my grandchildren, and you're not doing right, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. I don't give a damn how mad you get. And it ain't just about my grandchildren. It could be one of y'all children. If you do something wrong, if you are doing something wrong to your children, yeah, I'm going to say something. I'm going to check you, boo. Yeah. I don't give a damn who you are. Yeah. I protect the children. Because they innocent and they can't protect themselves. So, I believe in protecting the children. I don't give a damn who don't like it. I really don't. I love kids. And I love to see kids being well taken care of, you know. And when you're slipping, I will be the one to tap you on your shoulder. I don't give a damn if you say you need to mind your business. Yeah, the kids is my business, even if I don't know them. The kids is, yeah, they are my business. Yeah. That's how I get down. I love the children, and they don't have to be mine. I love the kids because they're innocent. They're innocent. And they should be protected. You know what I don't understand? I'm getting ready to let y'all go. But what I didn't mean to stay on here this long. But you know what I don't understand is that I look around and I see so many people who have had children and they don't take care of them. They don't want them. They had them because there was something going on behind it that made them have the children. But a lot of these people don't want these kids today. They really don't. I gotta be honest. They don't want these children. They had them because either they was trying to trap a man, or something was going on that made them have that baby. But they don't want a lot of these people today just having babies. They don't want these kids, and they don't care about them. I see so much of that. It breaks my heart. Because when I was coming up, everybody helped look out for each other children. You know, in the neighborhood, we had Big Mama on one corner, and then we had somebody else down here on another corner. We had somebody that lived in the middle of the block. And if we came out to play, everybody was looking and watching us to see what was going on with the children. That's how it was when I was coming up. Big Mama be all the way up the street on the corner. And she be laying over her banister looking. Keeping their eyes on the children. If something went down, somebody was going to see it. Trust and believe that. Somebody was going to see it. But the world we living in today, I don't understand the people not caring for the babies, the children. They innocent, they pure. You know? I just don't understand it. But it's going to work itself out. It's going to work itself out. Anybody who's so heartless that they can't look out for children got a real problem. And this is what I tell some women. Don't have babies if you don't want them. Don't have babies if you're trying to trap a man, because it ain't going to work in your favor. That man going to leave your ass. A baby is not going to hold a man. It ain't. A baby is not going to make a man stay with you. If that man wants to leave, he going to leave your ass. You and that baby. Believe that. That's the truth. I ain't telling you no lie. One thing I've learned, the 55 years I done been on this earth, one thing I have learned is that if a man knows if he wants you or not. A man knows if he wants to put the ring on your finger or not. It don't take years and years and years of being with him and living with him and having babies by him to see if he gonna put a ring on it. He knows within the first 6 months to a year, he knows if he wanna marry you or not. He know. And for those of you that haven't had a baby, don't have no babies with these men unless they marry you. Make them marry you because you are worth it. Don't let them play games with you and end up moving in with you and you know, and shit. Living with you, pump you with babies, and never marry you. Don't fall for that okie doke shit. Make him put a ring on it. 6 months to a year, if he ain't proposed to you, it's time for you to roll out. It's time for you to roll out. Because he don't want you like that. He ain't looking at you like that. So it's time for you to end that and find you somebody else. That's what I learned. Yeah, I was a foolish girl and got caught up. Yeah, I ain't scared to admit it. Yeah. But I've learned a lot since then. And I can teach other people a lot of stuff that I've learned. A man knows if he want to marry you within the first 6 months to a year. He know if he want to marry you or not. And if he don't do it, don't have no babies with him because that ain't going to keep him. You're going to end up being the one there taking care of that baby. Because some of these men don't have a problem with walking out on you. They will walk out on your ass. A baby don't keep them around. Trust and believe me. That's why we got so many broken homes now. From where some men will go and, you know, be with women and have children with them and won't marry them. That's why we got so many broken homes now. All I'm trying to tell you is don't get played Don't get played. Find you somebody who's going to love you and respect you. Find you somebody who knows that you are worth putting a ring on your finger. Because listen, these days, I done seen so many people who don't cook or clean, and yet they got the ring. Oh yeah. Ain't that what a girl name is? Oh, Cardi B. Ain't that what she say? I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got the ring. Yeah. I see that a lot now. Where the women don't cook or clean, but they got the ring. So if they can get them one, you can get you one too. You know, some men will say they want an old school girl. You know, they believe in cooking and cleaning and stuff. Some of these men don't know what the hell they want. They be talking, but I'm just a firm believer that some of them don't know what they want. Because they'll get with an old school girl, right? I consider myself as an old school girl. They'll get with somebody like me, right? Marry me, but then you'll look up and they'll be messing with the ones that they say they don't like. The ones with the BBLs and the fake hair and they'll be having one of them creeping around with one of them. But they'll tell me they wanted a natural girl. So I'm under the impression that some of these men, not all of them now, some of them don't know what the hell they want. Just don't get played. Don't get played. If you don't listen to nothing else I said on this live, don't get played by them men. And always remember, 6 months to a year, a man know if he wants to be with you. Okay? He knows it. And if he don't propose to you, it's time for you to get up. It's time for you to kick rocks. And go on about your business. Because you ain't going to get what you want out of him. I'm an OG. Take it from somebody who know. I ain't going to tell you no. I ain't going to steer you wrong. I'm definitely not trying to steer you wrong. I'm just going to tell you the truth. And that's something some people don't want to hear. Is the truth. Some people got a problem with that. I'm going to tell y'all another thing. I'm going to get ready to go. I'm going to tell y'all something else too. Sometimes I run across videos, right? And people talk about single mothers, okay? I'm a single mother, okay? My children, well, 2 of my children's fathers is deceased, okay? But I listen to people in the rhetoric that they say about if you got children, a man shouldn't marry you, and he shouldn't accept your kids as his kids. Now, I ain't never heard no bullshit like that in my life. You hear me? I've never heard it. I've never heard that bullshit like that until we got introduced to the world of social media, okay? If you get a man and he don't want to treat your children right, you better not stay with him. You better not stay with him. You get with a man and he don't want to treat your kids right, yeah, it's time for him to go. It's time for him to go. Don't ever mess with somebody who don't want to treat your children right. I see a lot of women do that though. I see a lot of women do that. Cling to these men, and these men don't even treat the kids right, but they want to be with them. I don't understand that. I don't get it. Cause you do something to one of mine, and it ain't gonna turn out cute. I tell you that. It ain't gonna turn out cute. So I don't understand some women allow men to not treat your children right. If he can't treat your kids right, he ain't got no business there. Any man that get with a woman, if she have children, he's supposed to respect her kids as well. And if he don't, then he ain't got no business doing. He ain't got no business there. I don't understand that. I be lost with that when I see women with men and the men don't respect their kids. I don't get it. I don't understand that. Uh-uh. You ain't gonna stay in my goddamn house around me and my children, and you ain't treating my children right. I be damned. Because a woman with kids, that's a package. A woman with children is a package. And if you like that woman, then you're supposed to accept her children. If you're not going to accept her kids, then kick rocks. But that's a whole package right there. That mother and her children comes as a package. And if you can't treat them right, then you don't need to be there. Simple as that. But you got some women that will let a man in and let him don't, this man won't even treat her children right. But she okay with it long as he's there. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just never understood that part. I really don't. I had a situation going on. Well, it wasn't my situation, but I know of a situation that went on where this girl had a son. She had kids with the guy she was with, but she also had a son before she even had the other kids, okay? And the guy she was with, she had kids with him. For some reason, he didn't like her son she had already had. And he kept messing with the son, calling him stupid and, you's an asshole and just that, And she said, we was talking one day, and she said, I don't like that, but I talked to him about it sometime, but you know how he do. I said, well, that's not right. I said, that's not right at all. I said, but you know what? You're going to look up one day and your son going to be done whipped his ass. Well, right after I said that, how come she called me and say, my son done whipped my boyfriend's ass? My son done whipped my boyfriend's ass in here. You see how that work? You can't do that. You can't do that to children. You can't do that. Just, you want to be with a woman and you're going to go in there and disrespect your kids? Mm-mm. Nothing good comes out of that. Trust me. But I'll get ready to go, y'all. I enjoy talking to y'all. Hey, y'all be good out there. Stay prayed up. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will holler at y'all on the next one.